Have you ever walked through a forest in autumn and felt like the world suddenly turned into a painting? Vibrant reds, glowing oranges, golden yellows. It's as if nature decided to celebrate before winter arrives. But have you ever wondered why leaves change color? What makes them turn from green to gold or crimson before falling away? Today, we're going to uncover the science behind this magical transformation, a story of chemistry, light, and survival. During spring and summer, most leaves are green because of chlorophyll, the pigment that captures sunlight and powers photosynthesis. Inside each leaf are thousands of chloroplasts, tiny solar panels filled with chlorophyll A and B, which absorb mainly blue and red wavelengths of light, reflecting green, giving the leaf its familiar color. Through photosynthesis, the plant converts carbon dioxide and water into glucose, the plant's main source of energy, and releases oxygen as a byproduct. The chemical equation looks like this. Every second, millions of these reactions occur inside a single leaf. It's one of the most important processes on Earth, the reason most life can exist at all. But chlorophyll isn't the only pigment in leaves. It's just the strongest one, and it hides all the other colors beneath its green dominance. Beneath the chlorophyll, there are other pigments quietly waiting for their turn. Carotenoids, these produce yellow and orange hues, and are also found in carrots, pumpkins, and corn. Xanthophylls, similar to carotenoids but slightly more yellow. These pigments are always present in the leaf, but during the summer, their colors are masked by the overwhelming green of chlorophyll. Think of it like an orchestra, where chlorophyll plays so loudly you can't hear the others, until it starts to fade. As autumn approaches and days grow shorter, trees sense the decrease in sunlight and drop in temperature. These changes trigger the tree to prepare for winter, a time when sunlight is too weak and water is too scarce for photosynthesis to be worth the effort. So the tree begins to shut down chlorophyll production. Without new chlorophyll, the existing pigment breaks down into simpler molecules, which the tree reabsorbs and stores in its branches for the next spring. As the green fades away, the carotenoids and xanthophylls finally get their spotlight, turning the leaves yellow and orange. But that's not the end of the story. Some trees go even further, producing vivid red and purple leaves. That's the work of a different pigment altogether. Those fiery red and deep purple shades come from anthocyanins. Unlike carotenoids, anthocyanins aren't always present. They're actually produced in autumn, as sugars become trapped in the leaf when the veins start closing. When exposed to bright sunlight and cool nights, these sugars react to form anthocyanin pigments, which can range from crimson red to violet purple, depending on the acidity, or pH level, inside the leaf cells. In an acidic environment, it becomes bright red. In a neutral or basic environment, it becomes purple or even blue. This is the same pigment family that gives color to blueberries, cherries, and red cabbage. But why bother making new pigments when the leaf is about to die anyway? Scientists believe anthocyanins act as sunscreen, protecting the leaf's remaining cells from light damage while nutrients are still being drawn back into the tree. It's a final act of protection, a chemical farewell before the leaf falls. Once the leaf's job is done, the tree forms a thin barrier of cells called the abscission layer between the leaf stem and the branch. This layer slowly cuts off the flow of water and nutrients, weakening the connection until the leaf detaches and falls. Gravity, wind, and rain do the rest, blanketing the forest floor with a mosaic of color. Interestingly, those fallen leaves aren't just waste. As they decompose, they release nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus back into the soil, feeding the next generation of trees. So even in death, a leaf continues to give life. Fun facts and scientific surprises. Trees can plan their color show. Some scientists believe trees control how colorful they get. By adjusting how much sugar they keep in the leaves before dropping them, they can decide whether to go for a dramatic red display or a simple yellow fade. It's like trees picking outfits before winter. Not every autumn looks the same. In tropical regions, trees don't bother changing color because the climate doesn't force them to shut down photosynthesis. But in temperate zones like North America, Europe, and East Asia, the dramatic color change is essential for conserving energy during winter. So if you see a maple tree glowing scarlet in Canada, it's basically saying, time to save up for the cold months ahead. Pollution can mute the colors. Air pollution can actually dull the colors of autumn leaves. High levels of ozone and nitrogen oxides can interfere with chlorophyll breakdown, making leaves fade faster and turn brown instead of vibrant. So clean air doesn't just help our lungs, it helps the forests glow. Maple syrup and red leaves are related. Maple trees produce lots of sugars before winter, the same sugars that make their leaves turn bright red. Those sugars are also what we harvest in spring to make maple syrup. So, the same chemical process that paints the forest red also makes your pancakes taste better. Leaves can freeze their colors. When frost hits early, the breakdown of chlorophyll stops suddenly. That's why some leaves stay half green and half red, a frozen moment in the middle of nature's color-changing chemistry. Why leaves fall all at once? Ever notice how some trees seem to drop their leaves overnight? That's because of a thin structure called the abscission layer. Once it's complete, the tree literally seals off each leaf, and a single gust of wind can bring them all down at once, like nature's confetti cannon. The same pigments color birds, fruits, and flowers. The pigments in autumn leaves, carotenoids and anthocyanins, are also what make flamingos pink, carrots orange, and cherries red. So yes, your favorite fall tree shares its chemistry with your salad and your parrot. Bonus fact, autumn leaves glow in ultraviolet. Under UV light, many fall leaves fluoresce, meaning they actually glow because of residual chlorophyll and carotenoids. Insects like bees, who can see ultraviolet, probably view autumn forests as glowing neon landscapes we can't even imagine. So next time you walk under a canopy of red and gold, remember, what looks like simple beauty is actually a symphony of chemistry, temperature, and sunlight, performed by millions of tiny reactions inside every leaf. If you enjoy exploring the science behind the wonders of nature, don't forget to subscribe and join our journey to discover more wonders of the world around you.